Sorry everybody, I had to fix this up. That's better. It was looking a little crazy. So now I do have my microphone all set up, and I have been working a little bit on glazing these little darlings that I've, been organising. So, so I've got some salt and pepper shakers. We're just going to, we have to actually fix these, but I'm going to put them aside and I'll show you later. I think I bought my little toothpick in because we need to just prick all the holes on the top. And these are going to be white pink with a little bit of tan in them. And I've already done some other ones to the side. I had to go inside and get this really cute little, I don't know what it is. I bought this from a little festival. Isn't it cute? So this is glaze inside here. And when we're doing ones like this, we need these to be in here. Oh, microphone sounds great. Thank you. My husband actually bought this one for me for Christmas, and I really do love it. It's been really, really good. I'm very, very blessed that he got this for me. So, yeah, so that was super, super cool. So now I've just, obviously taken all the water out of here. Or, sorry, not the water, the glaze, because, you need to make sure the inside's done so that it's food safe. And anyway, and so this one here, so we're just going to have a little bit of white at the bottom and at the top. Let me just do it a bit more. So we'll let this one dry, and then we will actually poke the top. And I can see, if you can kind of see, you can see where the hole is. Well, we don't have to totally, I mean, it's pretty dry anyway, but. And I do have a proper little poking thing inside, which I might have to go get it later. But anyway, I thought, look, we will just put these little holes where they're meant to be in these ones. Because if I did this, it will seal up the whole top. So we want to make sure it's not sealed. You kind of got to do a bit of work when you do salt and pepper shakers. These were really for myself and my daughters. I thought I'd make them all something. And I actually like things that, that are a little different. So I did make these as well. So there's a little acorn on the front. I've already done some of these in white already. And we can just any bits that's too much on the top, because we don't want to have a massive, big, chunky glaze on top. So usually it's what I do. I just kind of go over. But anyway, them ones are done. And I do have a beautiful caramelized one. And I'll show you these. Aren't these cute? I hope you love them. These are my big mugs that I've made. I have been on the wheel practicing as well. I do have quite a few of these cute ones. And I have some wood look coasters that we'll do them after. But for starters, I really just honestly, I'm just keep mixing this because it's been sitting for a while and it took me ages before to make sure it was totally mixed in again. So for anyone that, is new to glazing, which I'm not a massive expert or anything, but you can buy it in different ways. The most cost-effective way is to buy the powder, add the water, and mix it and then dip it, which is what I'm doing. Oh, yeah, it's can't make anything in Frankston today. Yeah, I had a lovely Christmas, my love. I've said in a few videos, a lot of people know that before Christmas wasn't great because I was diagnosed with skin cancer. So that was a bit annoying. Really wasn't the best Christmas gift I was hoping for. Pretty crap Christmas gift, actually. But anyway, my doctor was pretty good and got it out. They say up to 97%. So, yeah. So anyway, hopefully I'm going to be good and I'll keep a brave face, until I know anything worse. And I do have my conference coming up, so I want that to go along well. I'll be excited if that goes well in Queensland. And my husband, myself, we're all looking forward to a nice time in Queensland. You know, we need a break. We all need a break. Oh, yeah, this dress was from Kmart, as most of you know. Look, I can't afford to actually, you know, shop many more places. Sorry to hear that. That's okay. It's not the end of the world, you know. Look, I was lucky. It was only stage 1, level 2, so that's pretty good, you know. That's if you're going to have skin cancer, that's the level you want it to be. You don't want it to be worse than that, because otherwise it's a bit tragical, you know. It's tragical either way, isn't it? But aren't these cute? Now look at this. It's a little shot glass. If you can kind of see it in my hand, it's tiny. Yeah, Kmart's fine. Yeah, so I did get this one, but I got this one at the start of the season. They had actually a beautiful lemon yellow, and I really wanted the lemon yellow, but they sold out pretty fast, so I couldn't get it. But yeah, I wanted that colour too, so it is what it is. I had to just get this one. Yeah, so it's very cute. I'll show you ones that I've already done in those. And this is the ones that I've done in green and pink. But these ones are not going to be green and pink. They're going to be white and brown. And I'm sorry if somebody put a comment. I did see it flash up, but then it ran away and didn't love me anymore. So that's what happens sometimes. I'm pretty sure that I can kind of look at it, but I don't know how. I don't know how to get it back on the screen. I have to look into that a bit more. Yeah, but it's 40 degrees in Melbourne today, Celsius, for anyone that doesn't know. So because we use Celsius here, we don't use Fahrenheit in Australia. But yeah, it's damn hot. Very, very hot, my loves. So yeah, I think tonight we've got the cool change, and I think everyone is going to be so excited to have a cool change in Melbourne. I think even Sydney's a bit the same. I think their weather's a bit not fantastical like ours. We've all got that not amazing weather at the moment. So generally, if I'm going to do like a pottery collection, which that's what this one is, I will make them all the same, and then the next ones I will make a different colour. So, and I don't know whether you can see, but this has like a pinky kind of sheen in it, sort of whiter pink. These ones are going to be white and pink as well, although some of the other things won't have the white in it. So, yeah. So, I don't know. I'm thinking, do I put the brown in? Do I not? I don't know. Some of them maybe I will. Maybe, because, you know, that way I can kind of see if I like everything in them as well. These ones I'm going to just, like, have literally the drip on the edge, and I'm just going to run with the drip and leave it because I kind of like it. I'll just rub it off from the edge, so during the firing it's good. So if you can kind of see that, that's what it's going to look like. Pink and tan looks nice. Yeah, I do have like a caramelized sort of colour, and I am going to put that on some, so you'll be able to see the tan ones. And I'm going to be so excited when I get my little kiln. The one I actually want, they're not bringing them in the country until March, so but I'm going to be really excited when that comes into the country and I can get one. I'm going to get, like, honestly, the smallest one because that's all I can afford. And lucky for me, I did have a little GoFundMe, and I had some amazing people that actually support me on Patreon, and they actually put into that to help me get a kiln. So that was really, really sweet. And I wanted it so that I could teach people, you know, like I could actually show people like how I'm doing this, and maybe give other people an idea that maybe couldn't afford a course or a class. Because there's nothing worse when you just can't afford something, you really want it, and you go, gosh, I can't even afford that. Just makes you feel terrible, you know. But anyway, that's kind of my goal. We all know what I'm like. You know, I always say this to my husband. Why is it that some people are just born into heaps of money and then others, we don't have anything? It doesn't seem fair to me. I mean, I always say that just seems very unfair. That some parts of, you know, some people have all the money and others don't. And a lot of it is not through lack of trying. A lot of it is just, you know, luck of where you're born, isn't it? Where you're born and who you're born to, I always say. I know I'm making a mess here, my loves. And then I was playing around with some pottery and I kind of made a mistake and I thought, well, I'm going to keep it because, you know, like I'll use it as a little bit of a pencil jar, which was this little one here. So I'm going to use that one up as well. Before I use any of this white, because I only got this little bit left, I actually just want to make sure we do these pencil ones. And now I'm just going to like rub any excess off because these ones are salt and pepper shakers. So they're going to look really cute. Like if you can kind of see, so they'll have the white at the top and white at the bottom. That's what I've done on those ones. But on the inside, which I just use that usually, but I can probably pour it directly in here. And hopefully it doesn't come out. So basically we just want it to cover, just so that it's not, so that it is food safe and that it's, you know, how we want it to be. And then I do have a special tool which I can actually poke through these little holes in here. This is a toothpick, but I have a metal one inside. And I thought, look, we'll just go through these. Because if you don't do this, and then when it fires, there'll be no holes for the salt to come out of. So, you know, if you can kind of see that. But I'll fix them, or you can rub sort of the top layer off if there's too much, and there will be too much on them. You can kind of see that one kind of half out, so, but I'm going to be pouring it back through this, so it's going to be messy. I mean, then maybe there's a better way. The other way I did think of is maybe I should have left like a toothpicks in the top so that it couldn't go through the hole. But anyway, it is what it is. So I'm going to pop it into this. This is this not the most darling little thing you've ever seen? It's like the smallest little jug, and I'm not going to put that there because otherwise I'll drop it. It's the cutest little jug, and I bought it from a lady at the Melbourne show, and I just couldn't resist it when I seen it. I was like, I have to buy that. Yeah, so... And I hope you like it in here, everybody. I've changed things around in here a bit. The shelves are... My husband actually did make some drawers along the bottom. Let's move this, if you can kind of see. Maybe you can only just see. But he did that, and I really do love that. I don't know, what do you think of that? Do you think we should wipe off the edge, or do you think we should leave it? I never know. But maybe we'll even dip it a little bit into... One of them I'll dip into the brown, see if I like the colour. Oh, the shop looks beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, it's getting there. I kind of feel like it's getting there. And now the only other thing I'm doing is on this side over here, we are actually going to be putting a counter in there, which will be really, really good. And then I will actually maybe I'm considering doing some soap and candle classes in here. So It's not big enough for pottery, which is a shame because I've had a few people saying they would have actually loved to learn how to do pottery, but it's just not big enough, honestly. So sorry, darling, I didn't see what you said. I think you said, will the dishes be heavy or something? But maybe I was wrong. Might not have read that properly. Once they get fired as well, they're going to be really like beautiful and glossy. They'll have a beautiful glossy look. Some might not. They might just have like, you know, a different look on the bottom, but generally they will have a bit of a glossy kind of pretty look. And we have one more salt one to go. And my little label is in the corner, so whoever gets them, hopefully the label will be there, because I know a lot of people have been asking me. They say they really want my name on it, which is really nice that they want to see my name on something. I hope everyone had a lovely Christmas. I really do. Hope you had a beautiful, nice, safe Christmas. I always get so anxious at Christmas time with, you know, driving and cars, and it's just, you know. Anyway, one of those things, isn't it? And we will clean the bottom of these, obviously, because you can't just leave all that there. But just to dip the bottom, and then I'll just wipe that off after, and I'll show you what we have to do, because otherwise this bit will stick to the kiln. So you can put like a wax resist. I don't ever do that. I can't be bothered standing there putting this wax resist. I'd rather just wipe this off with the cloth. So yeah, I just kind of wipe around the edge. Just get anything off that needs to come off. And then when it's fired, and then in the bottom, yeah. Oh, from the ads. Are the ads coming on and being annoying? Yeah, look, I actually set mine for just, some people can have what's called aggressive ads on YouTube. Mine aren't aggressive at all. They're the average normal one. I didn't realise. I thought maybe the live, they didn't come up. But maybe they do. So I'm sorry if the ads are too much, my loves. But I will say too, which I did say this to somebody the other day, you know, if you're like me and you're on YouTube, like this is actually my income. This is how I actually earn a wage. So I know the ads might be annoying, but that's why you can watch YouTube for free, because creators get paid through the ads. Otherwise, you'd be getting charged a subscription fee, you know, through YouTube. So it's kind of like the less of the two evils, I think. I know that it's annoying, but I mean, for me, I watch a lot of YouTube myself. I don't have like premium YouTube or anything, but actually the ads don't worry me that much. Like sometimes you go, oh, but you just know it's just a part of it. It's just like, I guess, paid TV or whatever it is, you know. Standard TV, you just know. You got to watch it. Anyway, and I will actually start to show everybody these beautiful products as I get them fired. Like I said, at the moment, I don't have my own kiln, so I actually just pay for rental space, and I will actually, you know, contact lovely Natalie, and I met her through like actually I think it was might have even been Facebook. She advertised on Facebook and I found her. But most ceramics places will tell you where you can rent a space in a kiln if you don't have one, until you get one. And look, and to be honest, having a kiln is a lot of work. Like a lot of them, if you get a really tiny one, like that only can hold a couple pieces in it, then that one's a little bit different. But generally, you need an electrician to come out and fix the power points and everything when you have them. So, yeah, so kiln is a lot of work, and very expensive. The smallest little one, even a tiny little baby scut one, that is still over $2,500 for the smallest little one, which looks like not much bigger than a toaster. So yeah, they're not cheap. They're really not. They're very expensive. So anyway, this is what they're going to look like, and then we'll just poke the holes in. Maybe I'll do these ones later once I clean them up, which I've done with that one there. I have to go and get little plugs. You can buy plugs for the bottom of things like that. And then I do have a little desk to the side. So as I do them, I think I did this one. We'll pop them to the side. And if I need to clean up anything later, I can. So I hope everyone's having a nice holiday. My husband is back to the office tomorrow. I think a lot of people go back to their offices tomorrow. So he's had a couple weeks off. Sometimes, actually, depending on the public holidays, he gets 2.5 weeks. This year he got 2. But like I said, the last couple of days have been 40 degrees Celsius, so, which that's probably in the hundreds Fahrenheit, I would think, or close enough to that. I'm surprised there hasn't been more bushfires here, because usually when we get those weather, you know, that bushfires happen, and bushfires often happen when just lightning strikes and to dry grass, and when the grass dries out, you know, grass in Melbourne gets to be yellow and totally dry sometimes. So, and too, with the pottery that I'm making as well, it kind of just goes really nice. I think it goes really nice with my whole, you know, setup of everything else. So you can see my products in the back. So when I make these, they're generally going to be, you know, like, I'm trying to think of what they're going to go with. Like, you know, most of them would be like candle jars, or like a tray for a candle to sit in, or a bowl to put your bathroom bombs on the bench. So, you know, I had these, I actually got these, I went and picked up some free molds, some slip molds. So some of them I do on the wheel and some are in a slip mold. These, and they actually had a salt and pepper shaker. So I thought, oh, I'll just make them and see. And then anyway, and then I thought they looked cute. So I thought, well, I'll make them, because I have actually had quite a few people ringing me to drop into the shop. And at Christmas I had a number of people, they said they Googled where to find soap businesses in Gippsland, and I came up first. So yeah, so anyway, that was a little exciting when I found that out. I was really excited about that. So if you can kind of see, it's got some splashes on the bottom, but I like that. I don't mind it. So, but these ones here, I'm thinking we're going to do these ones in the toffee kind of colour, but the inside of this I'll just do white, so that way it's like, this is just a little vase. I was just playing around and thought I'll just give this one a go. So yeah, I didn't really care too much about this one, about colouring, but anyway, I just thought it was a bit pretty, if you kind of can see it. So I just did this by hand. That one's by hand. So yeah, it just depends, doesn't it? And then this one here, we will make it white, and then the outside will do brown. And then so next we will get onto the brown colour. Mix that up, and we'll see how that's going to turn out. I'm excited to see how it's going to look. There's a few little air bubbles in that one. We can come back and fill that up later. So, and then also here, I do have these, and then these are my little magnets. So I've already made some magnets in pink before, but we might do some in a different colour, and I'll see if I can find them to show you. I've shown them before, but just in case you didn't see them. So this is what they look like in the pink, and then they just have a little magnet on the back. They're kind of sweet, aren't they? So they're just like $5. So, and I've had to make more bath bombs. You know, lots of you know I stopped making them, and I was just having so many people saying, do you have more bath bombs? It's the old story. The minute you stop making something, then everyone wants it. So it's like, oh my goodness me. So now I'm going to put this one to the side. So this, I actually want the handle to be white. So I'm just literally dipping the handle in. We'll make sure the whole handle is white, because I just think that would look really cute. But I am going to keep these just white and pink, because this bottom bit will end up in pink. It will come out as a pinky kind of colour. But isn't that cute? Tell me, do you like the drips? I love them. It's definitely up my alley, these little drips. And that one's fine. We'll put these ones here, because these little ones we might actually do these in this brown, and after I do this, the handles, then we'll get on to the brown one, which is in this bucket just under here, which I will show you in a moment. So then the handles will be nice and glossy, and they'll be really nice to hold. And that's the thing too, when you're making pottery, you have to think like, you know, the function over form, the typical interior design thought, you know, like, are you just making it look good, or do you want it to actually be really functional? I think that's important. And that's probably the interior designer in me, because I studied interior design. I'm just going to turn this air conditioner off just for a minute, because I'm actually getting cold, because it's a very good air conditioner. So now let's move these ones out of the way just for a minute, and then we can get going on the second ones. And we'll move those over there. I feel like it's a big production line here. So now I'll show you this one. So now we've got this one here. And can you see that? I don't know whether you can see, it looks like just white. The reason it only looks like that is because it needs to be mixed. So this is what glazes look like. Now, the one thing I will say that I've learnt is the glazes that are a matte finish don't seem to stick to the bottom as much as the ones that are a gloss finish. But I do really love this, and I've got heaps that I've got to also do in the back studio, because I have like a curing room in the back. So this is a gloss that you basically buy the powder, then you add the water, and then you can mix it like this. Like, you know, of course you can mix it. You'll see lots of people having, you know, like a screwdriver with an attachment. I don't have any of that. Seriously, I don't. So I don't even try and do that. No, like, you know, like I said, I just don't have those kind of things. So, and this looked beautiful. I actually did this on, I think I've got one I can show you. Let me see. Oh, here it is. If you can kind of see at the bottom that the caramel colour, that's the one we're using now. And these little ones, I really wanted to, so I've got the white at the top, and then what I want to do is hold it and literally dip it again. So you have to make sure it's totally mixed, and it is. Let's dip it in. So you can just sort of hold your hands, you know, make sure your hands are holding it wide so you can dip it. It's going to look so pretty. And then, of course, I am going to clean the bottom off because, you know, it will stick in the kiln and we don't want that. Because I'm using a space in someone else's kiln, I'd be really upset if I ruined someone else's kiln. So you do have to be respectful about those kind of things as well. So, and because we've got some white on the top, it will add a beautiful effect with the top part being a little bit different to the bottom. And I really do like having that kind of effect. So it will be kind of pretty. And literally, this is what you do. This is, oh look, I don't mind this process, but I kind of feel like it's a little bit monotonous and boring. And can you see that? It's got the acorn on the front. I did a few. I was playing around with trying to get the acorns on them, and I actually thought they turned out really nice. It stayed, this latte colour is nice too, but it won't stay the colour you see. Sometimes, you know, the glaze will look bright red, but it's actually not going to be bright red at all. And these are what I call my little shot mugs, and one of my gorgeous friends, Kat, she actually bought one from me, which was so sweet of her buying. I would have given it to her, but she bought one. And her little son drinks his little latte out of it. And when they go for coffee, he loves to drink it out of it and have his pretend little latte, you know, his little milk baby chino out of it. And I thought that was so sweet. I actually loved hearing that when I heard that. I was like, oh my goodness, my heart, that is just so nice. Yeah, so he did enjoy that. So we'll do this one as well. We'll do this bigger one. But the thing is, with the mat, you really don't want that inside, because can you imagine stirring a coffee and the spoon would be like, it would just make this horrible sound, like it'd be just terrible. So I don't suggest that. I definitely suggest that you make it glossy or something on the outside, you know, on the inside, so that it's a much better experience. So now this one here, we're going to dip this one as well, but the large ones, I think we'll just leave them pink. So you literally only have to hold this in for a second. I've seen other people that dip it twice, but if you dip it too much, remember it's going to run and then it's just not going to be beautiful. And nobody will love you if you ruin their you know, their kiln shelves. They'll actually charge you a fee. So even if you're renting one and you don't do the right thing, you can be charged a fee for their kiln shelf being ruined if you did it and you weren't really respectful about it. So doesn't it look nice? I know it's hard to tell now, but I promise you it's going to be beautiful. And I've actually got these, whoops, that I made. And if you can see, I used a silicone pad to actually make them look like wood. So I thought this colour would be nice, but because they're a bit hard to dip, I did think maybe it's better if I hold it in my hand, because I don't have those tongs to do that, or I could have painted it. We'll first see if I can just hold it in my hand. Maybe that's the easiest option. And then that way I'll only have to wipe a little bit off the bottom. Didn't. Let me just dip the other side. We'll dip it back in. And so you really want to hold it until it's like just stopped dripping, and then it's sort of dry, if you can kind of see that. And now this is the thing too, I will say, when you're making something flat, keep something on it. I didn't do that. I made that mistake and they weren't totally flat, but then I've had a few people that have actually bought my other ones that I've got, and they said they really just love the look of it, so they didn't care about that. So that was kind of sweet of them. And I'll see if I can find them. I'll show you. So these are the pink ones that I've got. And they've got like a lace kind of look. And they just sit nice on the counter as well. So my hands are dripping of all this stuff. So we'll mix it again. So you sort of got to mix in between. Otherwise it will just settle to the bottom. Although every time I've glazed, everything's been fine. So not had an issue. Usually you hold it just for 1 or 2 seconds. You don't need to hold it for too long. And there you go. So tell me, are any of you making any pottery of your own? Do you use a wheel? Or are you soap makers? Or are you just like soap makers, just enjoying that process? And there's nothing wrong with either one. So this one will look kind of cute. I will do a reveal for you if you like after, but it does take me a while because the lady that actually does mine, like I actually pay her to fire them. So I just have to wait till she's ready. And I don't mind, always tell her, don't rush, just wait. I'm happy to wait. I don't want to be annoying, so we'll do this one here. And I think we've pretty much done most of them, haven't we? But I feel like I had 2 of those cups. Oh, no, I did both of them, didn't I? So I think this is it. Oh, no, I do have these, don't I? So here, these are my new, what do we call them before? My little magnets. Told you my brain's not here at the moment. Seriously. I feel like I'm going crazy. But I've got a few of these. I've actually also got blue. So I might actually do a couple of these in blue. The blue one's a paint on one. It's not a dip. I wasn't sure if I even loved the blue, to be honest. I really wasn't, but I don't know. But then I thought, well, some people like it. We all know that I'm obsessed with the colour pink. My kids say I have a problem. Maybe I do. But who doesn't love pink? Someone, I'm sure, in this world. And because it's one of those days that is just hot and a bit miserable, really, it's like, what else am I going to do, you know? Sometimes you have to kind of dip in those. They got little crevices on these ones. They're a bit annoying. Anyway, it doesn't matter if they're not totally Dunsany magnet. Maybe this will be the last one of this, and then I will have to paint the blue. And the blue I'm using, I think it's periwinkle, if I'm right. I might be wrong, but I think it is periwinkle. But you can also do blue and then dip it in white, because then it will give a beautiful kind of look with that as well. Anyway, so we've done this one. So now I'm going to just put this lid back onto here. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed spending some time with me, my loves, and I might go and I will see you on the next one. Bye.